Hello, this is the Goatlings Gameplay Archive. In this video, I'm going to be going over the basic functions of the website and the home page. So I'm going to start us out right away by clicking on the newbie guide. This is where you're directed to go when you first make an account because it has basically all of the information you need to play the game. Some of it is a little outdated, but it is still relatively useful, especially for anyone who might be watching this in the future who doesn't really know how Goatlings works. So here's some of the basics. First of all, the currencies. There's three kinds of currencies: sugar stars, diamond dust, and goat tokens. Sugar stars can be acquired for free, and they're used for basically all the different shops on the site. Diamond dust you have to buy with real money, and you can use it to buy special items in the diamond dust shop, and goat tokens can be obtained through any number of ways. You can buy them, you can get them through random events, you can pull them in the arcade, and you use them for the token game, also in the arcade. And then you have your basic item types. Most of these are self-explanatory: food, toy, wearables for your HA buddy or human avatar, which is basically just the little dress-up doll you use to represent yourself on the site. Battle attack items you use so your goatlings can attack in battles, or your goaltings, I guess. Battle defense items defend your goatlings in battle. You collect collectibles. Books raise your goatlings' intelligence, which makes it easier for them to dodge attacks in battle. User icons or display name icons are animated pixel decorations for your username. I have one right here. Sorry, let me scroll back down. Appearance dolls or ADs are items kind of similar to like the paintbrush from Neopets. It's a one-time use item that changes the appearance of your goat, and once you use it, and like you can't reuse it, it's done. And then if you use another appearance doll on the same goat, it overrides the goat's appearance, and you don't get the old AD back. It's just how it looks now. Health potions recover your goatling's health. A retired item means that it's an item that is no longer in production. You can't get it anymore unless you buy it off of someone else, or if you get it from the retired item shop, like the retired gold token item shop, which I will talk about later. And lucky boxes are gambling, basically. It's a box that you can open to receive a random prize out of a pool of items. And then it leads us to adopting. When you first start on the site, you don't have any goats, so you have to go to the adoption center. You click adopt, you adopt a goatling for about 1,000 it's free when you do it for the first time, and then it's 1,000 sugar stars afterwards. And then regular members can adopt up to 15 goatlings for free, but if you buy a crown account with real money, you can adopt an additional 10, so 25 total. And then this is more information on the appearance dolls. As I stated before, the doll's appearance will transfer to your goat when used. After use, the magic is depleted until the doll disappears. And if you use another doll on the same goatling, it will replace the previous appearance, but you don't get the first AD back. These are all the items that you start out with. They give you, this is called the new beast set. Everybody starts out, well, if you made an account past a certain point, I believe it was about 2018, but I would need to fact check that. I'll put it on the screen. You start out with all of these items for free. So this is just an example of what the new BAD would look like, because that's the first appearance doll you start out with. This is a link to the appearance doll archive, which I will also make a video on. And then we move on to HA buddies, or human avatar buddies, which, as I described, are just a little kind of doll-like feature where you can make and dress up an avatar to represent you on the site. You can either just click on this in the corner, and it takes you to your HA Buddy closet. All your items are sorted into different categories. Just basic click through here. Hair is hair, faces are faces, hats are hats. Body is like clothes, faces is skin types, accessories are accessories, backgrounds are backgrounds. And then you can click to archive an outfit, and it will show up in your archived outfits. And you can change to these whenever you want. And if you don't want it to be archived anymore, you can, hold on, let me save changes first. If you don't want it to be archived anymore, you can delete it. You can edit your profile and your settings. This website uses HTML, So if you know how to use HTML, you can customize your profile with all different kinds of images and hyperlinks and everything else, which I will show an example of later on, but that's basically the gist of it. For battling, I will also go into that more in a later video, but you can equip your Goatling with battle pets or battle weapons and use them in the explore areas, the training center, or the battle center, which it goes over in this guide, using this apostrophe training buddy as an example. You attack with a weapon or a pet move, and then once the battle is over, you click to end the battle and you're done. And you either earn a reward or you earn XP depending on where you're battling. And so your goat's health and hunger and mood don't degenerate naturally like a lot of other pet sites. The only way that your goat's hunger and mood and health go down is if you use them to battle. So after battling with your goat for a while, you have to play with them with a toy and feed them with food and heal them with a potion if they need to be healed so that you can continue to battle with them. If they hit 10 or below on any of those stats, then that means you cannot battle with them anymore. This goes more into depth on the Explorer areas. This image in the middle is not up to date. There's more than just these 4 kinds, but at the time of the newbie guide being made, we had Misty Meadows, Enchanted Forest, Phantom Forest, and Rainbow Caverns. I will show that in a later video. As listed here, training center baddies don't get stronger, permanent, but have level requirements and they give experience. Battle center baddies get stronger after a defeat and are limited time only. They rotate. Most of them rotate throughout the months, but we have one Chinese zodiac themed baddie that stays in the battle center all year long. And they give some experience and some limited edition items. Or at least they used to be limited edition because recently, this year, Battle Center items do not retire anymore. So it used to be that every month the monthly baddie would drop an appearance doll and a couple of items that would retire after that month. But those do not retire anymore. They get just put into the shops so you can buy them anytime. The Explore area baddies get stronger after a defeat. They are permanent, they give some experience, and they drop loot, which never retires. And then Explore area Goatlings are very similar to that, except they drop appearance dolls, very similar in looks to the Goatling that you're fighting. And then this is an overview of the arcade. Again, this is a little bit out of date. All of these games are still here, but we also now have daily errands, which I will talk about in a later video. Each game comes with instructions, so you need to make sure that you're reading those before you play, but a lot of them are very, very simple. And then this is the shop that I was talking about earlier. Again, kind of outdated. There's more shops now. But this is the basic gist of it. Most of these are just consumables for your goat. The fruit stand, the general foods, the bakery, the ice cream parlor, all of those sell food for your goats. The toy shop and the gift shop sell collectibles and toys for your goats. VIP is only accessible with a Crown account. And all of the HA Buddy stores, HA Buddy Boutique, Face Space, Base Place, all of those sell clothes for HA Buddy. Remedies and elixirs is healing items, the library is books, and the battle defense shop is battle defense, as well as the battle weapons shop being for battle weapons. Party supplies is party supplies. It doesn't really have much of a use. And display name icons is display name icons. As if you can read here. There's also the giving tree where users can donate items and just send them out into the world and anyone can pick them up. The pawn shop, you can sell items. With crafting, there's certain events throughout the year where you can craft items out of different items. The sugar bank is where you can put sugar stars. You can go and collect interest on them every, I think, 12 hours. With auctions, you can auction off your items and different users can make bids on them. Trading is trading. This, I believe, is the old icon for item trades, but they have since updated this and also added goat trades, which can be accessed both through the members alley and through the adoption center. Top shops is a list of highest selling shops, and top galleries is a list of biggest galleries, which I will also cover in a later video. And down here it explains you can make your own shop, you can make your own gallery. The gallery is just for displaying items that you're proud of, whether it be a collection of fish or a collection of items that are all the same color or like every AD to ever exist. You can basically put anything in there that you want. And similarly to profiles, you can code with HTML and make it all pretty and stuff with all the images and such that you want. The shop is very similar, except instead of just having these items on display, you can make your own price in Sugar Stars, and other users can search for the items that you're selling and buy them from you, and you earn Sugar Stars from it. For some reason, trades and auctions are blank, but these are pretty self-explanatory, and I already kind of went over this. Trades, you trade one item for another. You can make a trade listing with the items that you're offering and a title, and other people can offer on your trade and offer sugar stars and items for item trading and sugar stars and goatlings for goatling trading. Auctions, as I explained, you put an item up for sale, other people can make bids on it, and then after a certain amount of time that you choose, the auction will end and the highest bidder gets the item and you get all of the sugar stars. Diamond Dust Shop is where you spend that real life currency, which can be bought through PayPal, and all of the money from that went to Crisco, the owner of the site. Um, it's mostly just supplementary items. You can get a monthly Diamond Dust box from there, which is kind of similar to the monthly items that the baddies would give, except more exclusive because you have to pay real money for them. They still retire at the end of the month. You can also get a crown account, which is just an upgraded account. You get 10 extra pet slots, as mentioned earlier. You can change your display name colors, which you probably noticed when I paged up earlier, as well as make your name bold and italics. Um, Forum limitations are lifted, which are discussed in the paragraph directly under this, and you gain access to the VIP shop. Adoption tickets give you an additional pet slot to adopt another goatling, and name tags allow you to change your username because you cannot change your username after you've already made it unless you have a name tag. So the forums it's forums. If you know anything about pet collector websites, you've definitely seen forums before. This is where most of the members of Goatlings go to talk, trade, or discuss trades, play forum games, exchange artwork, sell artwork, enter contests, create giveaways. People would post their art, people would roleplay, all of that good stuff. There was also a live chat, which was all constantly moderated by a appointed moderator. Like they rotated in and out, and you could post in there and talk to people through there. There was also a Discord server. Um, there was an old Discord server and a new Discord server, and the old one was deleted, I believe, either late 2024 or early 2025. And the new one has been on lockdown for about a week. This day today, I believe. And Goat Mail is just directly messaging someone. It's like DMs. Everyone's profile has a little envelope icon, and if you click on that, you can goat mail them, and it's a private message directly to them. Nobody but mods can see. Also, I forgot to mention, but you could probably read on the screen. Anyone who's playing the game who's 13 or under cannot access live chat, forums, or goat mail, as well as clubs, which nobody really uses anymore. I really did not give clubs a fair shake, mainly because I never really used them. But basically, you can create a club up here. Oh, well, you could create a club, um, or you could join basically any of these clubs up here. Public ones mean you can basically just freely join by clicking right here. And a private club means that you cannot openly join. And I'm not completely sure how you join the private clubs. I think the owner of the club has to either send you an invite or has to give you a code to join. I am not totally sure about that. If anyone has any more information on that, I would love it if you could comment below and enlighten me because I have no idea. And then once you're in a club, it automatically takes you to the welcome page with a little description that the owner of the club can write. Um, so that's the welcome page. There's a forum, which is also broken, but this used to be a forum specifically for people who were in this club. This club specifically was made for collecting and claiming names, as you can read in the description. You can also see the members of your club. Where am I at? There I am. The levels and ranks of your club level depends on the amount of sugar stars that other members of your club have donated. And the higher the level, the higher the club will show up on the master club list, which is what I was showing you earlier. Power level is just the difference between admins and members. I've never really owned a club, so I'm not completely sure, but assumedly the admins have the most power. They can change the welcome page, they can edit or manage the forum, stuff like that, and the members are just members. Let's see. Okay, it is not letting me in the admin panel, obviously. And then you can leave the club, but I am not going to. So yeah, that's clubs. Member creator designs, that's a little bit of a hot topic. Um, Members can submit designs for the monthly draw Goatling competition. It used to be that members could also submit designs for Diamond Dust Boxes and for the Halloween event, Monster Masquerade, but after a couple of issues with copyright infringement in a lot of the designs, players are only allowed to submit designs for free Goatlings because Chris Goat was running into trouble with people submitting copyrighted designs that users would have to pay real money for, and you can't use other people's copyrighted material to sell things. And then support tickets are just your way of reaching the mod staff and getting help. So kind of with that all out of the way, a quick glance at the home page. You could see the castle, which is also featured on the town map. You see your active Goatling, which is the first Goatling on your account and the Goatling that you automatically battle with when you enter a battle. You can see your amount of diamond dust, your amount of sugar stars, your goat mail inbox. You see your username. If you click this, it takes you to your profile. If you click this, it takes you to your goat's profile. You have your HA buddy and a random featured HA buddy, which changes every time you refresh the site. And we also have a blurb right here at the top, which I'll read right now. Come one, come all, welcome to the kingdom of Goatlings. Goatlings is a free-to-play virtual pet site, fun for all ages. Get your own lovable sidekick by adopting a virtual pet goat. Then name them, raise them, and train them. Play games, explore, and find treasure with your cute friend. Meet the interesting residents, challenge unruly baddies, interact with friends, open a shop, start a collection, and make your mark on the Goatlings world. Discover unique foods, toys, books, and collectibles. Aid your Goatling with equipment and healing items. Explore beautiful, mysterious landscapes filled with treasure, and in more distant places, danger. Lure out rare, wild goats from these terrains. If you succeed at finding them, you may obtain a valuable companion. And then you have a couple of buttons right at the top here. This is the newbie guide that I was displaying earlier. This is the button to register an account on Goatlings, which is currently closed, both because the site is shutting down and because typically right before holiday events, like the Sweethearts event in February and the Monster Masquerade in October, registration will close in an effort to prevent people from creating extra alternative accounts in order to kind of cheese the game and get extra items that they shouldn't be able to get. And then we also have a random list of features, the newest added Goatling, and the newest available items. And that is about it for the newbie guide and the front page. I'm going to be making more videos, getting more into depth on the different features of the site because there is a lot to go through and not a lot of time because the site officially shuts down on December 31st. So I'll be trying to catalog as much as I possibly can in that time frame. I've never really made YouTube videos before, so I apologize if any of this dialogue or commentary is clunky. I apologize for my stutter. I apologize for the random zooms in and out. I tried to make this video without zooming in and out, and it was practically illegible. So I'm gonna have to be doing that to make sure that you can still read this after YouTube destroys the quality. Um, if you have any questions, feel free to comment or email me at the Gmail in my bio, especially if you have information or recordings that you would like to share. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.